Well, that means that the blue chip bag man is way better at being the bag man than real life bag man, because that's actually a really, hey man, if that's the thing, we don't know where the money comes from. I mean, you washing money cleaner than Contra. Like, come on. Anyway, look, there's an LSU bag man who has been outed by the good people at Business Report in Baton Rouge. Look, the scoop is this. A fellow by the name of John Paul Funes pleaded guilty to stealing more than $550,000 from Our Lady of the Lake Foundation. Sent approximately 180 G's of that money to the father of Vadal Alexander, the former LSU offensive guard, player for the Tigers from 2012-2015, was student athlete at the time of the payments. I hate that they keep using this term student athlete like it means something. Funes also sent money. He didn't send me anything, because, of course, I wouldn't have been send me some money, Funes, all right? Funes also sent money to the mother and sister of former LSU quarterback Rohan Davey. Look, he received about $107,000 over 18 checks, intended to be to cover medical costs for a children's hospital patient. But Davey wasn't a student athlete at the time, so there probably ain't going to be an NCAA violation there. There's just, casual fraud. Look, old folks remember Rohan Davey as the guy who passed 528 yards against Bama back when Nick Saban was still coaching LSU. And the Trivial Pursuit answer to how many Super Bowl rings did Rohan Davey win is 2. It pays to be Tom Brady's backup. Now, what does this have to do with Big 12? Well, Les Miles. Les Miles was the head coach at LSU when Vadal Alexander allegedly got his money. Miles, for his part, said he didn't know anything about the bag man. Matter of fact, I think it's funny that KU hasn't played a game with Miles as the head coach, and we've already got bagmen stories. And I wonder, is this going to be the kind of thing that Les Miles can outrun? Because, well, the bag man does not usually give just the one bag to the one player. And we have already a case of that where we know about 2 bags going to 2 players. One while dude was still in school and one while dude wasn't. But there are also bags going out to players 10 years apart. And I would tend to believe that there were lots of bags that went out over that same span of time from said dude who stole 550 G's. Now, what the feds do is what the feds do, and this ain't Judge Judy. This is college football. And I know that the bag man is not necessarily a liked figure in college football, but there is a way to do away with the bag man, and that way is to make the bag man the tax man, okay? Because the tax man being the bag man is okay in the United States of America, because getting paid on the level means that you work for a living. And we love working for a living because this is a capitalist society, right? But getting paid under the table, we don't necessarily like that for whatever reason. So I've been saying, and I will continue to say, pay the kiddos like you pay the coaches. Make them pay taxes. You want to treat them like adults? Cool. Pay them like adults for a thing they do well. As the Joker says, if you're good at something, never do it for free. And you keep holding up a scholarship to me like it's not, like it covers everything, like it's a bomb. This is not true. Matter of fact, you're assigning market value to a player by giving them a scholarship. And I guarantee you, most kiddos would take the 50 G's you want to pay them rather than the education. You can get an education for $1.50 in late charges at the public library. And this is the dude with the master's from the University of Oklahoma talking to you. Okay? I went to college because it was the best way to get a job. Right? I was inspired to go to college because I wanted to tell stories, because I wanted to do this. I did not go to college because I felt like it was going to be the best way for me to, become a better person. No, my parents do that. They raised me. My community does that. They raise me. My peers do that. They help guide me. The universities don't do that. And while college football is great and it builds camaraderie and we love the family aspects of it, you still need to live, as Latrell Sprewell so just tortured that when he says, I got to feed my family. But look, where I'm going with this is we don't like stories about the bag man, so why not just make the bag man legal? Patrick, I know that you're not into paying players, but would you rather pay players than have bag men?
Oh no, I'm good paying players.
Okay,
I'm good.
Right.
Good.
Okay.
I've come around on that topic because I've gotten to know a lot of kids and a lot of athletes in college, and then you start to see all the money that's being doled out to everybody else except for the guys on the field. Now I used to be like, hey, they get a scholarship, and I've seen guys who took advantage of the scholarship, who knew like, hey, I'm not going to the NFL, so I'm going to take advantage of this education, and they milked everything out of it they could get. And did very well for themselves. But, no, I've come around on paying the players, man. I think for what they put in, what's the time constraints, the effort, and the fact that there seems to be money there. People want to see the product that they put out. Whether you do it with stipends, whether you let them do some sort of I don't know if endorsement's the right word, but
likeness and image and all of that.
All that. I mean,
I say just put them on salary, man.
Yeah.
Just put them on salary. You know, make them salary men because they're already salary men as it is. I mean,
now, do you cap it? Does everyone get the same?
No.
Or does Bama get to pay more in Tulsa?
Bama gets to pay more in Tulsa.
Okay, I mean,
because if Tulsa was Bama, they wouldn't want Bama to yeah.
Yeah.
Like let Tulsa reel off 47 straight.
Yeah. There'll always be haves and have not in college football.
Well, there'll always be haves and have nots in capitalism.
Yeah, just no matter what rules.
I mean, this ain't Russia.
Up, there's always that's going to happen.
You
Alabama and OU will always have an advantage.
Well, I mean, until they don't, right?
Yeah.
There was an opportunity when Schnellenberger had the squad going 5-5-1. There was an opportunity. Wasn't nobody really happy about Oklahoma back then.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Florida State was running the world. Now look at what Florida State's doing. Laughing stock. It all goes in cycles.
Yeah.
It all goes in cycles.
Well, I would your powers tend to stay. I mean, they'll have down cycles, no doubt, but your good team. Alabama had a down cycle, but then they hired Nick Saban.
I'm telling you, man, Oklahoma has had 20 years of sustained success, and